Welcome all my job seekers out there. So today I'm going to be talking about how to get a job with no work experience. So by the end of this video, you're going to learn the 5 secrets on how to sell yourself at the interview in order to land the job, even though you don't have any work experience. Now, before I get started, remember to subscribe to my channel so you can get weekly videos on how to pass the interview and get the job that you desire. Let's go. If you've never worked before and you're job searching at the moment, I'm sure you'll agree that it is a very frustrating process. And the reason being is you keep applying for jobs, let's say you might even get to the interview stage, and you keep getting rejected because they're all saying you need work experience. But in order to get work experience, somebody needs to offer you a job. So you fall in a catch-22 situation and it almost feels like a hopeless situation that you can't get out of. But I'm here to tell you there is a way around that. What if I was to tell you that the reason why you're not getting the job is not because you don't have work experience, but because you haven't sold yourself effectively to the interviewer? I cannot tell you the amount of times that I've seen a candidate with a wealth of experience get rejected and be replaced with someone with hardly any work experience because that person knew how to sell themselves. Today, you're going to find out the art of how to sell yourself. So without further ado, let's get into tip number 1. So the first tip is to use your soft skills in order to sell yourself. I'll explain what soft skills are in a minute. But usually when employers are looking to hire a candidate, they're looking for someone who has both hard skills and soft skills. So hard skills are like skills that require training in order to gain those skills, such as technical skills. So for example, experience using a certain CRM system, for example, or admin work that you've actually gone through training to do. So things like that require actual training. And then there's soft skills. Now soft skills are more personality attributes that make you more effective to do your job properly. So example of a soft skill will be something like adaptability or interpersonal skills. So you need a mixture of both hard skills and soft skills in order to be attractive to an interviewer. However, if you do not have hard skills, you can use your soft skills to your advantage. What you want to do first is look on the job description for the job you're applying for and look at the soft skills that they are requiring. And then you look at those soft skills and see if you have those soft skills. And then look for examples of when you have demonstrated those particular soft skills and then talk about that at the interview. They could say they want someone that's good at problem solving, for example. So you can look at a time maybe where, let's say you were working on a certain project at school where you had to problem solve. Or maybe they said they want somebody with leadership skills. And let's say you managed a group of people at your netball team, for example. Let's say you were team leader. Use something like that to explain how you have those soft skills. And then talk about how it's transferable to the job you're applying for. Let's take, for example, the team leader position at your netball team. You can say, let's say if you were applying for a sales position or a customer service position where they need good interpersonal skills, you could say that being a team leader, you had to manage a group of 10, 11 people and you were able to get along with each one of them whilst being able to make sure everything was done according to plan. And you can do that at the job that you're applying for because you're good at dealing with people and you're good at helping people to get things done at the right time. Now, I'm going to share with you the 3 soft skills that you should mention at an interview, regardless on whether it's on their job description or not. Now, if you use these 3 soft skills that I'm going to mention and give examples of how you've demonstrated these soft skills and how they're transferable to the company that you're applying for, I guarantee you the interviewer will be interested in giving you the job. Now, these 3 soft skills are adaptability, being a fast learner, and interpersonal skills. I'm going to explain why all 3 skills are very important and in high demand for employers. So first of all, let's start with adaptability. So adaptability is when somebody embraces change. So they know how to maneuver in different situations. For example, let's say they were doing a particular task in a certain type of way. And let's say something's changed. Let's say they've got a whole new system. They're able to change their approach and everything in order to suit that new situation. Employers love somebody that's like that because they're easier to train, because they know there's somebody that will, change and adapt the way they do things in order to suit a certain situation, in order to make things more effective. And they like somebody that's like that, somebody that they can mold. This leads me on to my second soft skill, which is about being a fast learner. Now, having the skill of being a fast learner is in very high demand for employers because they like somebody that is able to be trained and get what they're supposed to do quickly so that they can do their job effectively. They don't want somebody that they're going to have to keep training and then training over again in order for them to get tasks, because it slows down the company and it slows down the whole process. So if you're able to demonstrate that you're a fast learner, this is really going to make the interviewer think, she looks like a good candidate. Last but not least is good interpersonal skills. Now, employers need someone with good interpersonal skills because that means that that person will be able to get along with their co-workers and be a good cultural fit. But not only that, let's say you're going to be working with some of their clients, for example. They need someone that is good at communicating with people in order to keep their clients happy. So if you can demonstrate that you've got good communicative and interpersonal skills, that is really going to attract the interviewer. Now, the second tip for people that think that they don't have enough examples to demonstrate soft skills, I would advise you get volunteer work. I know you don't want to hear that, nobody wants to work for free, but I'm telling you, volunteer work is a gold mine for getting you the relevant work experience that you need in order to get you to that job that you really want to do. In order to make volunteer work fun and interesting, get volunteer work in a field that you're actually interested in. For example, when I was doing volunteer work, I worked for a victim support group organization because I was a psychology student and I was interested in counseling. So I got volunteer work in that and I found it very, very valuable, and I learned a lot of soft skills such as attentive listening skills, interpersonal skills, organizational skills, and it really helped me open the door for my future jobs. So the next tip is in relation to job searching. So do not apply for jobs that have over 2 years work experience. So you want to apply for jobs within the 0 to 2 years range. When you start going over that, they're probably going to end up choosing somebody that has more work experience. So go for the 0 to 2 years. So you need to look at the wording that they use in the job description. So if they're saying that you must have a year or 2 years work experience, don't apply for those kind of jobs. But if they say it's preferable, that's the jobs you should be applying for. So look for the word preferable. But if it says must have certain work experience, then don't apply. The fourth tip that's really going to work in your favor is being enthusiastic. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've seen employers actually employ someone just because of their positive attitude. So you need to show positivity at the interview. So how do you do that exactly? First of all, you can show enthusiasm in your facial expressions. For example, smiling when you get the chance when you're talking. This shows that you're a really personable person and that you've got a positive attitude. Number two, you can also use your body to show that you're enthusiastic, such as leaning forward and nodding your head when the person's talking to show that you're really engaged and you're understanding what they're saying. And number three, asking questions. So asking good questions about the company and what they do. Employers love it when you ask questions about what they do because it shows that you're really interested in knowing more about them and you actually care, and employees love that aspect. So use positive attitude and enthusiasm to your advantage. Fifth and final tip is to start small. Now, I'm specifically talking to the graduate community. As graduates, when we come out of uni, we think that we're just going to land a job specifically in our field and we don't have to work our way up. We think we should just get that job because we studied for 3 or more years and we're more than qualified. It doesn't work like that. You have to start small. It doesn't mean that you're not eventually going to get that job, but it's going to be harder to get that job at first. So you have to work your way up. You have to prove yourself by doing smaller jobs in order to gain the experience, in order to get those jobs. So start small and work your way up. And stop being embarrassed. I see a lot of graduates that are embarrassed to do a job that is beneath them, as they might call it. So they might not want to do a job that is not degree level, for example. So let's say they don't want to work in McDonald's or they don't want to do cleaning work or something. No job is a bad job, and you shouldn't look down on any job. A job is a job. As long as you're doing something and you're gaining work experience from it, it's good. Every hustle is a hustle, and you should not be embarrassed of whatever work you're doing. You should be proud that you've at least got a job and you're working, and you know you're working towards a bigger goal. So do not be afraid of doing a job that is not a degree holding job. Okay guys, so that's all my tips on how to get a job with no work experience. If you found that helpful, then press like. If you haven't subscribed already, then please subscribe for weekly videos on how to pass the interview and get that job you desire. So see you in the next video. Take care.